Hello guys, good morning. It's another beautiful day for us to talk about our open source info series. Now today we'll discuss something very important to website creators, especially those who want to create beautiful full screen scrollable websites, usually on one page. So we'll be talking about Fullpage.Js. So how to code your website using Fullpage.Js, and JS here means JavaScript. So let's see how the coding goes. We'll explain every detail bit by bit. For you website designers, this will come in very handy and make everything so easy for you. All you just need to do is install the plugin into your Chrome browser, Firefox browser, Safari, Opera, Internet Explorer 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, 10. We stopped at 8. So that's a very wide range of browsers that you can use. Most people these days use Chrome, so endeavor to install into Chrome. And you can even use 3 basic languages: English, Spanish, Russian. And the size is so small, 7 kilobytes. It's created by at iMac 2, and the license is MIT, so it's very easy. You can use it. You can even fork this GitHub repository. So currently we are in the Git repository. This GitHub was created how many months ago? Okay, it was created approximately 2 years ago, but it has been updated 10 months, a year ago, even 3 months ago. That's like the latest. So they added some things, Git attributes, some 3 months ago. Now this is the screen. Fullpage.js. It's very interesting concept. So let's see. It's a simple way to use the library to create full screen scrolling websites, also known as single page websites or one page sites. And this one page site is not just going to be anyhow one page site. It's going to be a very interesting one, because you can do so many cool stuff on it. You can scroll to a particular section of the website. You can use autoplay, the way you do on some of these social medias like Facebook and WhatsApp. You can do auto scroll. It allows the creation of full screen scrolling websites, as well as doing some landscape sliders. Yeah, and do all this kind of sliders. So you can create links to sections or slides. You can create smaller or bigger sections. Yes, you can state classes. Can allow lazy loading, so that pictures don't have to completely load before you see other sections of the website. Can autoplay embedded media. Can use extensions. So it's so cool. So options, method, callbacks, reporting. I'll just show you, take it one by one. So compatibility is fully functional on all modern browsers. Like I've mentioned earlier, I mentioned Chrome, I mentioned Firefox, I mentioned Safari, Opera, so Internet Explorer version 10, version 9, version 8. So that's a very wide range, like we've mentioned earlier. So Opera 12. So it works with browsers that have CSS3 support. CSS is a kind of website designing stuff. So CSS3 support, that's the one that it works with. I'm making it browser stack. Special thanks for supporting full page. So they support the full page usage. You can see example in the files. For example, there is a live demo here. So let's click it. We'll see what the live demo contains. It's using fullpage.js. Now you can see create fullpage.js. So first section, second section takes you to that. Third section, bam, takes you to that. Fourth section, bam, takes you to that. So it's very pretty cool if you ask me. So this is how it generally works. To just show you these things, you can see WordPress, download. See, you can see that these are extensions. It means you can now add those extensions to your website. It takes you to any of those places that you want to be documentation. So this is just a demonstration of what you can do. This one has sideways slide as well. So when you come to section 2, you can still scroll through the sides. It looks cool, compatible. So create sliders, not only vertical scrolling but also horizontal scrolling. With Fullpage.Js, you'll be able to add horizontal sliders in the most simple way ever. You can see simple, cool, and compatible. Then if we go to this part, you can easy to use plugins, HTML markup example to define 4 sections. You can see div class, whatever, div class, section. So then working on tablets designed to fit different screen sizes as well as tablet and mobile devices. So you can see how that one works. If I want to rotate my screen now, yeah, it still shows up showing you that you can work on different types of devices that you want to use. So let's go back to the how-tos. So usage, optionally, first of all, for you to use it, you must use this jQuery library 1.6.0. That's the minimum version you should use. You will need to include. So after including this jQuery library, then the JavaScript file, you must include jQuery.fullpage.js or its minified version, jQuery.fullpage.min.js. This is the minified version. So you must also include the CSS file, jQuery.fullpage.css. So optionally, when using CSS3 you can add jQuery UI library, but I think you just stick with this standard one, jQuery library, JavaScript file, and CSS file. So after uploading these ones, then you install your BOA or npm. So the terminal they're giving you with BOA, you use this. So you either use BOA or npm. If you know the one that you prefer or the one that works better for you, you use that. Then we have files. You can now include files that you want. For example, if you want to include a link, you use this language here. If you want to include a script, you use this. So that's how it works generally. And then this following is only necessary in case of using the option scroll over through. So that's how it works. Then optional use of CDN. People that know this, understand the coding, they know what to do with CDN. So you can also upload your CDN from cdnjs.com. So required HTML structure. This is now going to show you what the structure should look like. On the first line of your HTML code, you should do a HTML doc type declaration. You can see the declaration here. This tells the file that this person is serious and this is about HTML. So when you do that, sections should be placed inside the wrapper. Div id equals to full page. In this case, for example, div id equals to full page. You say div class equals to section. You say state the section, then some section. You name the section. Maybe you want it to be whatever, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, like they did in that one above. So you name all the sections that you want to have, then you close the div class. If you want to define a different starting point rather than the first section or the first slide of a section, just add the class active to the section and the slide you want to load first. For example, div class section active, then some section. You name that section and then close it. In order to create a landscape slider within a section, like we showed you, you can do vertical and horizontal. So the sections are vertical, while the horizontal are the slides. So within a section, you can still name the slides, maybe slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and you close each of the divs. You can see a full working example in demo page like we showed you. So initialization, all you need to do is call Fullpage.Js inside a document.ready. So when you do that, it means you've called it. That means you've initialized whatever you set up above. So a more complex initialization with all options set could look like this. So you can see anchors, navigation position, navigation tooltips, show active tooltip, slide navigation position. All these things are things that you can set up within the document.ready function and full page. So when you called full page, so you can fit to section, auto scrolling speed, to all these things, you set them up, but you can just use the standard one that they have done here. Even accessibility, keyboard scrolling, animate anchor, record history, design, control arrows, vertical centered, and padding top, padding bottom, fixed elements, responsive width and height. So all these things are very cool features. So when you are done, events on leave, lazy loading, you can see slide selector, after load, after render, after resize. So all these are things that you need to do. So when you want to create the links to sections or slides, if you are using the Fullpage.Js with anchor links for the section, anchor links are those links on top, like I showed you in this. See, these are the anchor links. I click on this, it automatically takes me to the first section, but you have to name this so that it will be easy for someone that is not on this side to understand what you're talking about. So we now see creating links to sections. You can see how to do that. Gave you an example. This would be an example of a link with an anchor. You can now use that example. Just you call Fullpage.js like was described above. So when you have successfully called Fullpage.js, you can now continue with your anchor links. You can see how to do that here. Div class section, then slide data anchor. This is where you put in that data anchor, and you name the slide. For example, name slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide. So that's that data anchor. So be careful. Data anchor tags cannot have the same value as any ID element on the site or name element for. So you just have to be careful, make it unique so that it doesn't clash with any other elements that you've already created on the site. So creating smaller or bigger sections, that's where I showed you auto height, FP auto. You can use automatic height and width, but it's better you set it up by yourself if you have particular places that you want it to be. Let's see where it is. Should be somewhere here. Vertical, centered, let's see, responsive width, responsive height. So these are all the places where you can set up your height of what you want it to be, bigger or smaller, which particular sections you want to be bigger. So responsive auto height, you can use that as shown in the demo. Then state classes added by Fullpage.js. So active is added, current visible section and slide. So you can use this to state your classes. FP responsive, FP enabled is added to the HTML element when full page is enabled and removed when destroyed. So these are all things that you do in particular periods of time to enable particular things. So lazy loading is how to enable it. Autoplay, like I've mentioned before, pause on leave. So when you are leaving pauses, but when you come in it auto plays. You can enable that. Even audio and video. You can use extensions, so like script type equals to text or JavaScript, src, full page, continuous horizontal. So you do this and you'll be able to add extensions to your site. And there are other options, so many options. I don't want this video to be too long, but control arrows, vertical centered, scrolling speed, sections, colors. So just you have to still go through this by yourself and look at it and be able to install. So default for fit section delay is 1000. So all these things, they already have the default that they use. That's why it is Fullpage.Js, and that's why it's kind of automatic for you. All you just need to do is copy some of these codes. You don't have to start making the setting, except there are special things that you want to achieve. That's when you start editing particular things. But just copy the code and add your own preferences, and you should be good to go. So methods, you can see them in action here. You can move section up, move section down, move section to slide. All these are things that you can do. If you are conversant with the JavaScript coding, you should be able to move any of these things and use them accordingly as you wish. And you can even destroy a particular part that you don't like. So that is the beauty of this. That's the beauty of everything that we're talking about. So in case you have any issues from this, you can always report your issues. So I will leave this link for you on this video so that you can always visit. You can see a lot of people are using this Fullpage.js, even Google, BBC, eBay, Sony, Vodafone, British Airways, McDonald's, EA, Vogue. So you using it is no longer a new thing because a lot of people are already using it. Let's see, for example, how e-darlings are using this page. It's just like a demonstration so that you can see and understand why you need to use it. You can see, so this one requires me to log in and translate, but oops, could not be translated. Well, that's generally that about that. I think I should look for a website that will not require login. So this is, you can see these are sections of this website. Sections, using this Fullpage.js. This is sections of the same page. So BBC, you can see any part I touch takes me to a particular place, and this is so cool. They've already fixed the pictures. They even put something like emotion GIF, and see if I click, it takes me to another place, which brings out some form of GIF to writing what I need to see. So this BBC, the usage here in BBC is one of the best examples you can find of this. And the next one takes you down, partition idea, you know, it just keeps going, just keeps loading. It even brought something. So assuming the setup autoplay, this would have just started playing on its own. This is so cool. This is so cool. So you can see how beautifully BBC are utilizing this. Now if I want to scroll to a particular part, it just takes me to that particular part. News. So this is how the stuff works, and it's so cool. I think we've seen it already. So thank you guys for watching. In case you want to use Fullpage.js, it is free and it is open source using the MIT language, so feel free to use it. I remain in my mouth and I, Naira Daddy, aka Steam Daddy. My aim is always to leave you better than I find you every day. So have fun, guys. Keep coding.